Hi, I'm Shelley Learned. I'm reporting to you from our local high school. On January 31st, 2019, I flew home from a conference during a polar vortex affecting the upper Midwest. The temperature was negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit. My car was only 6 months old and it wouldn't start. Once I got it jump-started, the warning signaled all my tires were low due to the cold temperatures. I had left a week before and was not wearing warm clothes, enough especially to be outside to add air to the tires. Well, calling the Midwest home means bundling up in layers every time you have to go outside. When wind chills reach 50 below zero, as they did that day, frostbite can set in within 5 minutes, as well as hypothermia. There were at least 11 deaths related to hypothermia during the 2019 polar vortex in the Midwest. When there are warnings of severe cold temperatures like the polar vortex, we see upper Midwesterners preparing by filling their gas tanks in their cars with added heat to prevent it from freezing. And although it produces more emissions, people leave their cars running so it doesn't have to start cold when running errands. They buy space heaters for their basements to prevent their pipes from freezing. Nobody can safely take their pets outside for walks. Schools and businesses even close. And everyone goes to the grocery store to stock up ahead of time so they don't have to leave the house. What would happen if this trend in severe cold temperatures continued? The polar vortex is a layer of the atmosphere above the troposphere that sits around 50 kilometers above the Arctic and Antarctic. Often, during winter in the northern hemisphere, the polar vortex will become less stable and expand, sending cold Arctic air southward over the United States with the jet stream. As you can see, the cold temperatures dip well below zero, as shown in blue, for multiple days. All-time record cold winters around the Great Lakes are occurring since temperatures started being recorded in the 1870s. What's even more worrisome is these polar vortex events have increased by as much as 140% over the past 4 decades. I forecast that we will experience more polar vortex events in February and more frequently throughout the winter. I think we'll see people purchasing electric cars that don't require combustion at cold temperatures. More people will rely on meal delivery services so they won't have to leave the house. And if schools are closing more frequently during January, February, and March, that could mean that summer break no longer exists. Maybe our break from school is actually over winter to protect the health and safety of the children. How can you help prevent these extreme weather systems from affecting the Midwest? Well, we've got to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. You could carpool, bike, walk. You can combine errands to avoid cold starts of engines. You can choose to refuel your vehicle after dusk and limit engine idling. If you've got a wood-burning fireplace, go ahead and swap it out with gas logs or just use dry seasoned wood. Otherwise, I may be moving back to Arizona where it stays sunny and warm all year long.